now rocking with TDF everything. Spoiled Rotten.
Spoiler alert.
Welcome and welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
It's me, Daniel,
And this is Ben.
on Spoiled Rotten. And today, we're here. We are revisiting Twisted Metal Season 2. Yeah. I transparently feel bad that we completed all the available episodes of this before we got to Doom Patrol and other shows that we started. But, what can I say? I enjoy watching this show.
I do not feel bad at all because I am loving this show. Season 2 has built off of a lot more of the stuff that I was like Season 1 did not have. I'm so happy this fast-tracked everything because I was just like, it was getting to that point for me where I know this is a revisit for you, but for me, this is a first time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was getting to the point where I'm like, do I just watch ahead and then rewatch when we have to do the episode eventually? So it
No
lined
need,
up
my friend.
beautifully. Yeah.
I mean, in case people haven't caught on, really, we're just saying revisit if it didn't come out the year that we are recording in. But
Yes.
in this case, it really is a rewatch for me, a revisit. But just
Mhm.
the revisit is just a catch-all for we want to talk about this right now.
Yeah, it ain't new,
Yeah.
basically. And but the funny thing is, it always ends up being a revisit for one of us.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact that one of us is brand new to this property and being like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah,
It's great.
I really do like that this season builds off of last season. I know you're talking about specifically like, hey, they actually did the tournament this time with and car action, but I do feel like it actually is supported by the work they did in the first season for the emotional connections.
Correct. It's not just like, oh, cool, we got car action, I'm happy. It's like, no, they're talking about a lot of the plot points that season 1 brought up that were very, very interesting. They're still looking and dissecting the class differential aspect of everything. And of course, we get Quiet and John and those relationships developing more. And I'm just like, yes.
Some more transparency. I genuinely thought that they revealed Quiet's real name in second season, and I was like, oh no, it's just John. Got it.
Yeah.
I completely misremembered that. It's a good thing we revisited this because I was like, oh yeah, we'll find out Quiet's name in season 2, and I'm like, oh no, it's Lionel, aka John Doe.
Is it
That's
Lionel?
Yeah.
I thought it was Lincoln, but
No, his name's Lionel.
okay. Well, either way, I'm not calling him that because he doesn't want to call himself that. He wants to go by John.
That's his name. That's who he is now.
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't remember what happens in every single episode, but we can go along kind of using like character groupings, which obviously will get all mixed up when they're all together at once.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we could talk about new characters this season. We get Mayhem. I feel like Calypso is the main new character, even though we saw him in Shadows in the first season. He is a fully formed character in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mayhem, Calypso, the new Raven, which I kind of hinted at last time, where I'm like, other than not being able to get Nev Campbell again, don't know why they did that. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like the second Raven, but it was just like, I don't understand in universe why this has happened.
I agree with you on that because I'm just like, okay, what they did was clever, wasn't perfect, but clever.
Yeah, like
but
she got moved to another city, but you're like, why?
Yes, that's why I'm like, why did she get moved to a different city? It would have been just easier for them to be like, no, just like in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, like the ones back in the 90s. It was like, no, this is the actress playing Sonya now. Like, screw you.
Well, that's the thing is, they very clearly had an idea for this season's Raven.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, they could have just been like, this is the backstory,
This is
but
still Nev
they,
Campbell,
but they were just like, no, different. And I may be wrong about this, but even rewatching, I'm like, are they saying that this is the head Raven and she just gets to take over because this is her wish.
That's how I interpreted it, because I interpreted that there was a ranking system, and
Yeah,
that this Raven was higher than the Nev Campbell Raven,
and
which to me makes no sense.
So this is the thing. It only makes sense on paper when you can be like, okay, so the Raven that has a true, like, I want my dead love to come back wish is taking over this spot. But she's so not in control the way Nev Campbell appeared to be, just by the way they wrote it, but also Nev Campbell's performance.
Yes.
That I'm like, how is that not the head Raven?
Yeah. I mean, you just legitimized why she actually entered the tournament. Because, like, that to me was like, why did she even enter the tournament if she was that big? And
she wasn't allowed to either.
Stuff.
That was the other. That was another complication they added, where they were like, where Calypso's like, "You're not allowed," and she's like, "I'm doing it. I don't care." And then he scares her, but he still let her do it. And I'm like, why even bother saying she's not allowed to do it if you're just gonna let her do it?
It's weird. It's very, very weird, because it's just like the whole premise of John as a milkman and all that kind of stuff was the fact that he's going to represent her and her division.
He's the best, so she's going to just tell him what to wish for.
Exactly. So in this situation, not only does she not actually reprimand him in any significant way, but she also is like, I guess I'm going to do it myself. And I'm like, there was no indication that you were good at any of this. Like, why did you?
Well, she had tricks up her sleeve. She would have one.
She did.
Calypso was the one that took her out with his eyes, but she would have one. Like, she had a trick car and was going to win.
Yes.
So she didn't have to be good. She didn't have to be good. She just, I guess, didn't think that Calypso would intervene.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think anyone knew the extent of what Calypso is capable of.
Well, I would say, I guess we're not even going over, but to cap this part off, I would say the point of having them meet one-on-one is to show that she does know what he's capable of and what he's willing to do. Because
that's fair.
He does the eye thing and makes her nose bleed, and he's like, just remember who's actually in charge here. You're not inside your walls. You're in my walls now. Right. And it makes her nose bleed, and he's like, oh, are you bleeding? And she goes like, oh, and she's shaken. So I just feel like once that happens, she should be like, oh, he's going to make sure what he wants to have happen happens.
No, you're definitely very right about that. Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like I'm being very negative. I like the character overall. I like that actress. That's Madison from She-Hulk, but I also just thought she did a good job of filling that space.
It is Madison from She-Hulk. That makes me love her even more.
Yeah, no, it's a great performance. I just was like, I don't know why they hamstrung themselves like this.
Yeah,
she could have just been a different character. She didn't have to be a Raven.
I fully agree with you on that, and I'm just like, okay, sure, yeah, they did the due diligence of showing us all the different Ravens that are on the board and all that kind of stuff. But again, the idea of like, oh, this Raven is higher up than the other Raven, but also less in control of every single thing than the other Raven. I guess
because she has something to lose.
Weird.
Yeah, I guess the only, from a writing standpoint, you need a way for him to get out.
Yes.
And I don't see a way for him to get out if it is the Nev Campbell Raven.
That's fair.
I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying, like, this is what I think they thought, and then just went with it and had a great performer in the role. So it's not something that's top of mind the whole time. It just was like one of the more I think, I'm like, why was it written this way?
It was very, very confusing for sure. I would have preferred if that Nev Campbell Raven got promoted above this Raven, and this Raven was like the next in line. Yeah, because that's how it feels like to me. That's how it's played to me, and I'm just like, that would have been better. Don't tell me this Raven is higher up than the other Raven, because I don't believe that.
I mean, she seems like, she doesn't have powers, but she just feels way more willing to get shit done on her own.
Yes,
which I don't think is usually the case for people who are higher up, but at least more formidable in that sense.
She's definitely more of a driving threat. Like, if Nev Campbell was actually driving, I'd be like, no, I don't This feels like the Helen Mirren and the Hobbs and Shaw thing to me. And it's just like,
Yeah, but
you just
they
wanted
had
to do this.
they had that story going for them of everyone being like, oh, the only reason she joined is so she could drive, and so I'm
Yeah.
like, good for her. I'm glad.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on it. I
Yeah.
love hearing stuff like that. Like how Samuel L. Jackson was like, I'm only going to be in this movie if you give me a purple lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like, screw you and your lore. Like, I'm only going to do it for that. I'm like, those things are great. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's the only negative thing I have to say about Raven 2. And I guess she's not Raven 2. The new Raven that we find in this one. But I guess that's a good place to start for like where we meet John in this season, which is he's kind of bored inside, and we know that he's made attempts to get out. He's made a couple of attempts. He's injured, and everyone's just like, wow, this guy's so dumb. He just keeps trying. And I like that he starts reading the Babysitter Club, and that kind of reinvigorates him wanting to get out when he's like, wait, I don't have 90, or I can't remember if it's 90 or 89.
It's 90.
And he's like, wait, no. How did Alex join? I don't know. How am I supposed to know what's going on?
To be fair, I so understood how he felt in that moment. Because I'm just like, yeah, if there's a brand new character that was established in the previous chapter or book or whatever, I would be so annoyed.
It's why I stopped watching Misfits when I was just like, what? Like, Netflix doesn't have all the seasons, and now there's new characters. I don't know what happened to the other ones. I'm not watching.
Yes, and that's what made me question my own sanity when I watched Buffy. Was the idea like her sister Hope was introduced all of a sudden in the season, and I'm just like, did Buffy have a sister? I rewatched the entire series up until then. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And then a few episodes later, they're like, oh, this is where she actually comes from. And I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. So much gaslighting.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, I'm definitely out of here. And I like his plan of tricking the guard from season 1. I was like, I think I would just be his friend anyway, even if I didn't have to be his friend. And he's like, yeah, come here. I got to talk to you. You're the only person I can trust. And he starts thinking, goes like, whoa, what are you doing? In the moment, it's just funny that you're like, oh, that dumb guy tried to take his clothes off. But I like that it's part of his plan as well to be like, oh no, well John gave me new clothes because mine were wet, and it's like, oh, that was all part of it. That's good for you, John. Good for you.
It was a very good plan. I thought the whole thing was played up for pure comedy beats. It's like, why are you getting naked? It was so good.
And as we said, this was his out, which was it's established earlier on that this Raven had like a high school love, and people were shitty about it because they're two girls. They're also like goth coded.
Yeah.
And so they just had a lot going against them for the time period that it was. And ends in, they try to play a prank on the popular kids, and it ends in the friend being in a coma at the very least. I would
say lover, not friend. But it's weird to me that I'm like, this is very much The Craft, and The Craft was like popular as hell around that point in time. So I was just like, yeah, it sucks that people aren't picking up on what they're doing. Like,
I don't think that popularity goes beyond like people who are just not into that kind of stuff.
You're probably right about that. It is a cult classic, for sure.
I just mean, yes, people like it, but I think those were people that felt seen with those protagonists, not not everybody.
Because the jock kids would still bully them, no matter what. Yeah,
even if they liked that movie. I'm not even saying jocks and cheerleaders couldn't like that movie. I think they would still be like, I don't care. I'm still making fun of you. I'm still going to bully you because this is real life.
Yeah, because you're different, and that's all we have to do to bully people. Just a little bit of difference.
Yeah, it's that's one thing. They were just being shitty teenagers, and Lover gets, I think her name's Kelly, but she's paralyzed, and kind of like a Mr. Freeze thing where this new Raven has her in an ambulance. That's where the comparisons end. I don't think she actually has her frozen like Mr. Freeze, but it is like I'm going to save my lover. Like, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And then obviously her wish is going to be what does that, not stealing diamonds in Gotham.
Yeah.
So he steals, or he makes it look like he stole Kelly to throw her off. And so it's a multi-tiered plan, and I respected him for getting away with it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, okay. His character is so much smarter and more capable than he's acting it out. Because that was one of my comments from the first season. It was like, I'm not used to seeing Anthony Mackie play this kind of character. But then I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm used to with Anthony Mackie, is that there's way more going on underneath than there is than what's being shown. And I'm like, that was cool. I liked how he got it.
Yeah, and I think I like that they don't show that aspect of him in season 1, mostly because he's with Quiet, so he's with someone that he genuinely cares about for the first time in a long time, or for the first time since he's regained or made his own new memories, not regained the old memories. And so he's not the cunning, cutthroat mailman or milkman that he obviously was before we met him in season 1. And all of that stuff has to come back the less time he's with Quiet. Also, he's motivated to go find Quiet.
Yes.
So yeah, I liked all of that. Quiet is with his sister, John's sister, which we saw, the doll face. Yeah, the dolls. Sorry, she's doll face. They are the dolls. I really like the sister character. It was good rewatching it because I knew what was going to happen with her. Because the first time I was just like, I don't like that she dies. But then this time I was like, I know where they're going with this. I could have a better time with this. But yeah, she's at the end of the first season, kind of captures Quiet, but obviously Quiet gets on really well with the dolls. And even though they both miss each other, very obviously she's found a new group of people to be with. And I like the added wrinkle the show does of like, she is with the dolls way longer than she was with John. So John's sister actually knows more about Quiet than John does in some aspects. So I really liked that element. And I like that when they chase him down because he's in an ambulance and Quiet shoots him. She's like, "Oh, John, I can say." He's like, "Is it why you shot me twice now? Because it's getting pretty tired." And I was like, "That's very funny." Yeah, just that she shot him in the same spot but on the other side is hilarious to me. But yeah, they very quickly, she's like, "Oh, Lionel," and he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And this is the reason I like the sister character, because you get to see Anthony Mackie play something else, which is, the first season was obviously, oh, I found someone I care about. This one is like, he says it almost immediately, like, I don't feel anything for her, but that's my sister. But then there's the frustration of like, why? Like, why is this, like, why does it? He obviously had some idea that things would rush back to him, and that didn't happen, in addition to not feeling the initial connection with his sister. And so there's this frustration and like just kind of sadness that I liked that he was playing for a bit of it too.
I really liked it because it was so layered in the sense where it's like you said, he says it straight up to Quiet. It's like, yeah, but she's a stranger to me, like currently, and all this kind of stuff. And the way he plays every interaction with his sister, it's just like he is frustrated that there is not that come to light moment where all of his memory comes back to him, but he has to still go on what he currently knows, which is, oh, you told me you're my sister. And I'm supposed to believe 100% of that right away. There's so much complexity in what he's doing, layered through all the jokes. It's just really, really good stuff.
And so then this section is where Quiet is, or yeah, they're talking about the tournament basically. Like, there's going to be a tournament, and Quiet's like, yeah, I'm entering to get rid of all the walls. I feel like everyone has these poorly worded wishes, except for John, realistically. We know as the audience that Calypso has no intent on actually granting these wishes. But even knowing that, I'm just like, when she says, "I'm gonna wish for all the walls to be gone," I'm like, "That. What does that mean? What do you mean, all the walls? Like that's very poorly worded."
Yeah.
But I feel like almost everyone has a version of that if you hear their wishes, where I'm just like, I would feel obligated to be very specific about what I want, given the stakes here.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and I like that there's an element of obviously John wanting to stop Quiet because she's not actually ready. Like she's way better than when he left her, but she's still not there. And her being like, "Don't you fucking tell me what to do." And so they have this race where there's like, I think Mayhem kind of goads everyone. Where Mayhem's just like, "Oh, was it? Are you scared that you will be beat by a man? Because it kind of seems like that's what you're saying. Maybe you should try it out and see if you could actually beat him. Because if you can't beat that man, how are you going to win the tournament?" And so they do. And during the race, I believe John kind of like, he gets distracted because he's worried about Quiet. And that's, I mean, she also uses the Nos or whatever the fuck. But he is distracted and she wins. So she gets overconfident about it. But I like that they ultimately get to a place where she's like, "Well, we should just ride together." I'm like, good. Team's back together. Yeah. But before they actually get back together, she tricks John into riding with his sister, which I like that she gave him that, because yes, they bicker, but there's the moment where his sister is like, "Oh yeah, your birthday was last week." She gave him a gift, like his vest with the, I can't remember if it's a scorpion or a spider.
It's a spider.
Spider. And he's like, "Oh, thank you." That, I can't remember the wording, but it was basically just like, "Oh, like I didn't even know I was missing a birthday, but now I have it. I have a tangible connection to the past I've lost again. Like there's you, but there's also that extra bit of it." And so it's a bit better for him to kind of start that process of accepting her as family. And I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, and you know, in that same episode, they go to the drive-in theater that they used to go to a lot as a kid and all that kind of stuff. And I like how
that one.
Yeah, I like how they she tells him the story about like, "Oh, whenever there was driving scenes, Dad would let you do this," and then he immediately goes like, "But what? Like I would just destroy the grip on the wheels and just do all that." I was just like, it's so literal that I'm just like, this is hard to watch sometimes because it's just like he's dense in that way, but at the same time, the message does get through that, you know, because they get attacked by Axel there.
So that's the other character they have is Axel, who's literally a man. He's not fused to two wheels, but he, for all intents and purposes, he's like a human car. I don't know how to explain it any way other than if you think of a man, he has two arms out, and his arms have huge wheels on them that are taller than even he is. And that is how he drives around, and he legitimately drinks gas.
Yes. It is very Mad Max-like. It's very cool. The one thing is, I saw someone's review on this. They were like, and they love the game. So they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm glad they actually rewrote that, because logically that makes no sense." Because in the game, he's fused to the car, and his dad did that, and it's just like, that makes no sense at all. Like but they're glad that even when he disconnects from the car, he can't use his hands like normal.
Yeah. Well, there's the sad part where he's in line in the cafeteria, and he's like, "Will someone get me a goddamn beer?" Because that was just I really like the writing in the show, because I wouldn't have expected them to mine genuine like empathy for someone in that moment.
Yeah.
That character and that moment, I was like, "Oh yeah," like I genuinely feel really bad for him. But yeah, we'll get to Axel's greater thing later. But speaking of Axel, there's Mayhem, and she seems to be a prisoner of the dolls.
Yes.
And for whatever off-screen reasons, it just feels like she's glomming on to Quiet, and I'm assuming there's an element of Quiet being like, I can have another sibling this way.
Mhm.
Like, I get the sense she was the younger sibling last time, and now she gets to be an older sibling,
Mhm.
which I have seen in real life. People looking for opportunities to not be the little sibling.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I like that she keeps weaving her way in and out of Quiet and John's life, but she's there, and she likes to start shit, and I love the lies she tells.
Yeah.
I'm divorced. No, I've killed people before. Definitely,
20 of them.
I'm a murder slut.
I forgot she calls herself a murder slut.
Yeah, just needless lies given the situation they're in.
Yeah.
It's like they're already taking care of you. They're not leaving. You do not have to do this.
Yeah, but I mean,
but she has to stay true to herself.
It's true, and I do appreciate like the understanding of the psychology that would force her to be a pathological liar as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
In that regard, it's really really good, and it's just like it really throughout the season has so many good comedic beats as to how her defensiveness and that like pathological lying just like it just gives you so many fun things to look at. Like when she was like basically every time she's like trying to read, she's like, no, I can read, and then she's like completely cannot do it. It's really really good.
It's great. Anyway, yeah, they finally, I can't remember. Yeah, they all make it through the qualifying round, right? Or does the sister die?
The sister dies in the qualifying.
I couldn't remember if she died in the like second, like as in the first real round, but
right.
But yeah, she must have died in the qualifying round.
She dies in the qualifying round
because they went and stole a bunch of stuff. Like they didn't. They did steal, but they didn't have to steal. They all had money to go get stuff to bulk up their armory.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of funny stuff in there, but yeah, ultimately the sister gets an what is it? EPM. I can
EMP.
EMP. There we go.
Electromagnetic pulse.
Yes, that's the one. And they get the boomerang like rocket, which I thought was hilarious.
Yes.
Because they use it twice, don't they? Or it is used twice.
It is used twice.
Not they.
The second time very successfully.
Yes.
The first time it
just works out.
It just works out in favor for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's and Quiet and John rekindle their sexual relationship because they have to go undercover, and I like that Stu's part of it too, where he gets brought out and he thinks he's gonna die, and they're just like, Stu. He's like, wait, this is a sex thing? Wow, yeah. Okay. And then he sees Quiet and John. He's like, no, I'm drained. I can't join this. I'm done.
Yep. Baby's first sex party.
Yeah,
that'll happen to you. You gotta hydrate.
Yeah. So his story is that he meets back up with Mike from season 1. And Mike has a new friend that I don't remember, but he's a cannibal. And for a lot of it, I was just like, I like the new guy. He's inclusive. He does the one thing where he's like, I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. I love it. I was like, I'll do that. But everything else, I was just like, hey man, he's not being exclusive. He's not trying to make Stu feel bad. He's always like, yeah, just come on in. And so there is this throughout the season, Stu being like, well, I want to hang out with Mike. I don't really want to be attached to Sweet Tooth. And Sweet Tooth learns that he can't have kids because his piss looks like literal sludge. And he's like, no, I got testicles. They're like, yeah, you have too many? And it's just crowded down there. And he's like, I don't know what to do.
I love that gang. Yeah,
so
you have too many testicles and none of them work.
Yeah. So he's basically like, I'm going to adopt Stu. And he basically, for most of the season, lets Stu play. Like, he's like, oh, yeah, go play with your friends. But obviously, you're my son. So come back at this time or whatever. And until Stu's like, oh, I'm going to ride with Mike. And he's like, well, we do come from a long line of like betraying our fathers. But I also come from a long line of fathers trying to kill their sons. So when you get out there, I will come for you. I will try to kill you. But yeah, I liked. I didn't think I was gonna like the new guy, but I did like Mike's new friend, and I like that Mike's like, "Sorry, you left me to die so you could learn how to kill better." He's like, well, "Yeah, I guess so, yeah."
I'm pretty sure the name is Dave.
I'll take it
because it was a very, very like generic name that you're like Dave the Cannibal. Okay, cool.
I mean, Stu's just not a great guy, but like, there's a.
No, he's not.
I don't know if we should wait till the prom episode to get into it, but yeah, he is trying to do things to exclude Dave, and you're kind of just like, don't just be friends. I don't know why it has to be all or nothing with you.
He's jealous, like
he's
doing Mean Girl stuff.
Yes, I just was like, I'm not into this. Not the story,
I don't like it. Yeah.
I just was like, come on, man. There's also that bug lady. I like her. Her name's Lisa Gilroy, and I find her to be very funny. She's one of those like where it's like she's Canadian, but she lives in the States. I find her funny in everything she does. She's very funny in this as a bug person, where they're like, "You fucked the bug." She's like, "Oh, dirty lies."
No,
you do something once. And
that was one time they were in my pants and it felt good. Okay. Yeah. Very good character actor. That is every moment you get with her, it's pure gold, and it's great that she's well aware of the fact that you don't get much of her, so she can turn that dial all the way up to 10 every time you do get something from her. It works really, really well in this.
There's also Reaper, who I was like, is this from the first season? I just don't remember. It just feels like it's like he is there, and I really like how much Sweet Tooth hates him, and he does explain later on, like, I was the best in the prison I was at. Everyone was afraid of me. Then you showed up, and everyone thought you were cool. So he just has it out for Reaper. But I was like, I don't know if he was in the previous season, and I just missed it.
I can't remember, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't. But it would also not surprise me if he was.
But yeah, Reaper has a cool thing where he takes the person, and not even personality, he just embodies the being of the people he kills, and they all live inside of him. So he'll cycle through voices, but it's the person just living inside of him. So I enjoyed that character. He was fun, and whenever he got on his motorcycle, it was cool.
It was cool. It was legitimately cool, because I'm a big fan of the motorcycle aesthetic, and then not only on top of that, he paints a cool skull on his helmet. I'm like, yes,
the skull's very cool.
It's so cool. I'm so into that. Like, if I ever got a motorcycle, I'd be tempted to do that if I wasn't convinced that means like you're a part of a biker gang.
Yeah.
And I definitely do not want to do that.
You don't want that affiliation.
No, I do not. I want a Ghost Rider helmet.
Yeah.
Made with LEDs, because people will know that's not a biker gang thing. But I cannot put a skull on my motorcycle helmet if and when that happens.
But yeah, that's Reaper's cool. And then there are the Holy Men. I don't remember what they're actually. I think they're called the Holy Men. It's like Jason Mantzoukas' gang from first season, and he's been reborn as a baby, which is very funny.
That is hilarious to me. It's so funny.
I should say reincarnated as a baby who talks at one point.
Kill them. Kill them.
There's other people, but I feel like that's the main group.
That's Axel, the group that matters.
The second Raven, and by that I mean second only in the order that we met them.
Yeah.
Obviously John Quiet, Mayhem, the Holy Men, Reaper, Sweet Tooth Stu, Mike, Dave, Bug Lady, Vermin. Her name's Vermin.
Vermin, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Asian guy that drives the Audi TT.
Well, that's why I was like, I wish I could give him like a full character thing, but he's very clearly there for a reason. Just like the Ice Woman is there just to have a moment.
Yes.
They didn't put the effort into those two, and I think there's other characters. They didn't put the effort into them that they did for other characters.
Yeah, they didn't need to. They were there, like you said, to serve a purpose. And once the purpose was served, you're just kind of like, okay, great. Because like my issue with the Asian guy was like, oh, you're turning the jerk up to 11. You're not turning the fun up to 11 like Vermin is. Like, I want to get done with
Vermin.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, they very much cared about Vermin. Like the Asian guy that drives the Audi, I'm just like, yeah, you need to go soon.
He's supposed to be Mayhem's first kill.
Yes, he is.
The way they talk about it is obviously supposed to be like the first time she had sex, which I don't like how they talk about him. It's more I like that she wants to talk to somebody about it, so she goes to Quiet, and Quiet's kind of just like, what? Just she doesn't tell her to go away, but she's not engaging in it. She's not engaging with her the way Mayhem's looking to in this metaphor of this was my first time having sex.
Yeah, and then she figures out what that actually means, and then she's like, oh, I gotta comfort you now. So because she was not a murder slut. She was not.
No, not at all. Very obviously not. Yeah, so Calypso's got this thing, and he's like, oh yeah, you get to see his backstory that John even met him one time before when he was trying to make a name for himself and putting Calypso graffiti everywhere. John met him. We saw that he was from the looked like he was a fully grown adult when it was the 1600s, so I don't actually know when he was born. Probably still in the 1600s, but I don't know the exact date. And they kind of jump to the 90s when he's trying to pitch to NBC. I only say 90s because they said Friends is a big hit. We don't need this shit. So that feels 90s coded.
That is very 90s coded, sure.
And yeah, he's always wanted Twisted Metal to be this thing. Like Sweet Tooth, he's got this showmanship thing he's got to get off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He pitched it as a reality show, and I gotta admit, it's a very interesting concept for a reality show.
It just feels like they should have said yes, especially I guess they just don't want him to have too much ownership, because they're like, who's going to pay for this? And he's like, you don't have to. And they're just like, we're not into it. Whereas I would have looked at that like, so you're taking care of all of this? Great, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do this.
That's exactly how I would have looked at it as an executive. I'm just like, oh.
But I guess that's why I say cool. 90s in particular, because it feels like 2000s is more like, okay, we've got Survivor, we've got all these things that are big hits, and so then they would be more inclined to see the benefits of not paying actors and having a scripted show.
Yeah, it was very much ahead of the whole reality TV boom of the early 2000s. Yeah, for sure. And I liked
not that there wasn't any before, just it really caught on in the 2000s.
It was a giant boom at that point, because yes, reality TV has always been a thing, and it's just that it became trending, as they say now. Back then, I do like the fact that what he took from that meeting with NBC was like, oh, so if everything's gone, then this is gonna work. So I'm expecting him to be involved somehow with the apocalypse. Yeah, in season 3.
I mean, the good news is neither of us have seen it because it's not out yet.
That's right.
So I there's nothing for me to withhold at this point.
That's right. Next time we watch, we do another episode on this, it will not be revisiting.
Exactly.
It'll be exciting.
But I would say, I would feel like he had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I'm very, very sure. If he can live hundreds of years and have all these magical powers, I'm like, no. He wanted that reality show to succeed more than anything else. So he definitely had something to do with the apocalypse.
So yeah, there's always, they do a bunch of like, wait, I guess we should get to the wish thing, because this was like my main thing I liked about season 2 was after John's sister dies, is when they're asked to make their wishes, and everyone does it. Quiet says her wish, and then she brought him her mask, and so they leave it on the thing, and so he's like, oh shit, I gotta go get the mask, and he is all of a sudden over him. And I believe that because it was as I said, they had that birthday moment where he was like, "No, I do feel connected to her. I do love her," and so he wishes for her to come back. I understand how there's ways to not screw that up, but to manipulate that to be a bad thing. But when he just says, "I want her to come back," I was like, "Yeah, like there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the way I would have said it." Unlike, "I want all the walls to fall down." I'm like, "Why do you? That's what a dumb thing to say." And I feel like in other shows, and I'm not even going to do the thing with people like, in a lesser show. I just think in other shows that would have been tension that lasted episodes, if not the whole season.
Yes.
But they get to it right away. Where the next day he's off during the thing where they came in last place. You're right. That was the qualifying. They came in last place only because the sister had to take out other people and clear the way for them. And they got a perk by getting a GPS so they know where to catch all the exit tokens. And he's messing it up. And they even do visual storytelling of, usually in season 1 they were able to switch seats very smoothly, but they couldn't switch properly this time. He's overcompensating in the morning, being too chipper. And I like that she catches it right away. Even like, yes, him being too chipper, but she's just in general like, no, there's something off. Like it feels something's off. And I think a lot of factors play into him telling her before the end of the episode, but he does. He just flat out says, "I made a mistake. I made a wish." And they don't know this, but well, actually they do. He said only one wish per car.
Yes.
So yeah, it is a problem that he did that, but I like that he says it right away. He's not holding on to it, and then more bad things happen. It's like this messed up our day. Also, I don't lie to Quiet. I don't have to keep things from her, so I don't want to keep this from her.
Yeah, it was such a good episode after that Wish episode, the Hit and Run episode 7, where they were just so out of sync, and it was just like, yeah, this is weird, and it's very much related to the fact that he just overrode her wish and lied about it.
Well, he just didn't say anything.
Yeah,
and
that's lying. That's still lying.
I don't think so, because not saying anything for episodes on end, he did it like within the day. Like, I see that as building up the courage to say something.
That's fair. Timeline wise, yes. If he had waited a full week until the end of the whole tournament, then yeah, that's definitely lying. But that's a fair point. He's trying to find
I get what you mean, lying by omission, but he didn't, because he was like, "No, this is bad. I'm going to say something."
True.
And I don't even think framing it that way is the right way to see. Basically, what I'm getting from the performance is him being like, "Okay, like, what's gonna happen?" And then just being like, right away, "This is shit. I don't like this feeling. I just need to tell her. Like, this isn't something that can wait. This isn't something that." He just tells her, and that's like the end of the episode. And the beginning of the episode is her being like, "I can't even look at you," and yelling at him. And I think he reacts in a human way there too, just like, "Fine, then I'm leaving." And I think when he's talking to Mayhem, and she's just like, "So what happened?" Like, everyone heard the yelling, but like, what happened? And he's like, "Well, she said she couldn't even look at me," and I left. She's like, "You idiot! So you took the easy way out." But Vermin and Raven are talking to Quiet, and I like that Raven, who doesn't even like John at all and actually wants to kill him, as soon as she hears what he lied about, she's just like she makes a sound first of just like, "What the fuck are you mad at?" She's like, "Yeah, how dare he want to get his sister back?"
Yeah.
And even Vermin was kind of like, yeah. I didn't even know she cared what he wished for. She was more just like, "Do you really want to fuck up what you have with him over this?" Whereas Raven was, obviously, as the person who wants to bring her loved one back, was like, I do not feel bad for you. You asked for something that's so like intangible, and he was very clearly hurting and asked for something to stop the hurting.
Yes, but also Raven being one of the many people that benefits from that the walls and the barriers and all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
capitalism. So,
but
it makes sense.
Yes,
why.
I just feel like that is part of the issue with how they wrote her, because I find her so fully divorced from the capitalism part of it.
That's
like
true.
She's in it to be like, I want my girlfriend back.
Right.
Yes, she benefits from capitalism. I'm not saying she doesn't. I'm not even saying she doesn't realize she does. The Nev Campbell Raven was the capitalist to me.
Correct.
This Raven just feels like, yeah, I'm gonna buy an iPhone and be comfortable. This helps me get what I want.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're right. Yes, she benefits from it. But it just feels like if she got Kelly back, she'd be out. I don't think she'd be like, and now I gotta uphold this system still.
I very much agree with you on that. It's just like that's just a small element of what her perspective is. The majority of it is driven by the fact is like, no, I understand where he's coming from. Way more than I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. So they both get back together and they talk it out. They both apologize, which I like. I think we've talked about this in many different things where the conversation isn't one-sided. She says, like, yeah, it must have happened so quickly for you. You didn't have time to process anything. I'm sorry for that. And he says, yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Like, they go to clips like, oh yeah, we'll just cancel my wish. And he's like, what do you think this is? I don't even remember. I guess they just have to wish again. I don't even remember what the deal was.
I can't fully remember, but
yeah,
I
don't remember. It's just like, I think they have to wish again and like just agree on what the wish is.
Right.
But I appreciated that they didn't make that go on for too long. That they actually just had him own up to, yeah, I went against you. That should have been a conversation.
Yeah. At
the very least. Even if he didn't want to actually do her wish, it should have been a conversation of, hey, what if we wish for my sister to come back?
Yeah, that's very much what I like about this show, is that they show you the process very, very well, and then they also have a great writing team that knows how to handle tough emotional conversations like apologies, where it's, like you said, not all on one side. It is the fault of both people not seeing each other properly too.
Yeah, they care about each other, so they're willing to just talk it out.
Yes.
Yeah, so I really think that is a strong suit of this show. In addition to all the funny stuff that happens in the like action, I said it in the first season, I care about John and Quiet because I actually see them bringing out the best in each other. So yeah, they do that, and then comes the prom night episode. Wait. There's the episode where they have to like kill those like zombie people.
Yeah, that, and then
that's the same episode where they're like, yeah, you should just talk to him. Like, obviously,
yes.
But yeah, they do that, and so they introduce, I guess, just for that scene, these characters that are very hard to kill. And there's a nice moment where Mayhem and John work well together, but then she immediately abandons him when she's like, oh, there's more than one. No. And yeah, Vermin, Raven, and Quiet have to work together, which is a nice grouping. But after that, they have prom, and I just like that John is like, yeah, there's a bunch of shitty things happening, but just enjoy this. It's like, don't eat the food, something bad could happen. And I genuinely couldn't remember if he did anything to the food, and then he just gasses. I'm like, right, they can eat the food, it's fine. But all of these things come out, and they are treating it like high school. Like, they're all acting that way and having fun, dancing. Raven spiking the punch. I like that Axel at one point hears that Raven had a girlfriend. He's like, wait, you're a lesbian? She's like, yeah, you have a problem with that? He's like, no, Axel loves the lesbians. She's like, that's the right answer, bitch. But this is also the episode where he realizes, based on Mayhem putting her hair up to go take pictures with her new family and Quiet and John, that his backstory was that he was a killer, like an assassin. I don't know, not serial killer. Anyway, he was a hitman. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And he was paid to kill this family, but they had a baby, which was very obviously Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
And so he protected Mayhem for as long as he could, and then was knocked out and lost her. And so he has this new. I don't even know if it's new. It's more just he's like, oh, she made it. Okay, I still want to protect her, but like, okay, good, I made it, and they never get to acknowledge it with each other. But I'm kind of glad he wasn't like, hey, I took care of you when you're, because what is she gonna say to that? Like, she was a literal baby when he was taking care of her.
Yeah, but also, so it's like, so wait, so you're the one that killed my parents, then, is what you're also saying.
I forgot about that element of it. But again, like, yeah, I guess. You're the reason I'm in this shit.
Yeah. I
don't think he's didn't do it because of that, but I didn't even think about that. I just thought like, oh, good restraint to be like not like bog her down and like, oh, so I took care of you.
I mean, that is, to me, I'm like, okay, the reason why when we get to the next episode, he just acts the way he does in the final showdown and all that. Well, not the final, the second last showdown.
Yeah.
But it is just one of those things where I'm like, I'm glad they didn't have that conversation, because that conversation cannot have gone well.
No,
in the sense where it's like fully in a mission.
The upshot is he killed her parents and put her into this shit. I mean, realistically, she was bound to have a shit life, I assume, based on how people live. But I'm saying he is the reason she has a direct line at that point to be like, oh, it's you.
Correct. Yeah.
You did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Well, there we go. But yeah, that's going on, and this is where Stu, Dave, and Mike are trying to hang out even more, and they're joking with each other. And Stu does the like, okay, well, these are chicken fingers, not human fingers. So you sure you still want them? And I was just like, I knew what was gonna happen, but I was also like, why the fuck did you do that? Like,
yeah,
they made a point of saying like he's in recovery. He is like working on it. Just you don't know him like that. Like, you've known him for a few days. What are you doing?
But I mean, I like the fact that is very much a white guy thing to do. It's just like make a joke that's so over the line because you haven't considered any of those factors that you brought up. And because if that had come from like his friend Mike, not that it would, but it was just like, that just, it would not happen. It's like, yeah, that's a line you don't cross, especially while someone's in recovery, you know? But the fact that he did that, it was just like,
and
not good.
Yeah, then he relapses, and he starts eating the bodies of the people that were killed in the previous episode, and comes for Stu, and Stu evades him and kills him. And so the one thing that we didn't say up top was the rules are you can't kill people in between rounds. So Stu is in trouble because he effectively killed Dave. And he bites his ass at one point, right?
He does bite his ass at one point for self-defense.
Yes, and so I like that was part of the trial. Of like, no, I didn't do that. I did. He was there hanging out. I would believe you, except for this. Like, you bit him in the ass, and I like that. Sweet Tooth's like, yeah, you definitely did that shit. He's like, good for you. And that I love that their foolproof plan is just put his mouth on there. He's like, see, it fits perfectly. I'm like, that's okay.
And then so silly.
And then Mike was just like, oh, well, I mean, he was a cannibal. Right. And he's like, you could have said this at the beginning. And then he stabs him. And he's like, that's for lying about this, which plays into stuff later. But yeah, I was just like, You guys, this is so silly.
It's very.
I enjoyed
silly.
watching it, but I was just like, come on.
It's so good though because
Yeah.
it's so silly. It's so wildly good. So they are not, because of that trial with Calypso, they're not a part of the second last.
They're kept out of it.
Yeah.
But also, what happens between Reaper tries to get with Vermin, and what happened was earlier in the prom, Sweet Tooth tried to get people to dance around him, but everyone was busy. And so then he started getting food, and then they all went around Reaper while he was dancing. He took my dance circle. And so when Reaper is having sex with the Vermin, he's like, wow, yeah, I guess she does look better with her hair up. I guess you're right, man, yeah. And then he just keeps using lines, and then ultimately goes, I guess she wasn't all that anyway. And you're just like, yeah, got it. He pulled a 90s rom-com, teenage comedy on him.
Yeah. And I like the fact that
really was I thought you liked
was
it.
I a bad?
Yeah.
It was so good. I'm just like, yeah, this show is made by millennials for millennials. It absolutely is.
Especially with the music selection again this year.
Yes.
It's just like, yeah, man, you're really taking me down memory lane with these songs.
Absolutely they are. Absolutely they are. I can't wait to talk about the needle drop in the last episode, but
yeah, so the ultimately he got everyone to be bond, like he got them to bond, knowing that this next round that we've alluded to is you wake up in your own car. It doesn't matter if you used to be in a pair. You wake up, you're in your own car, and you have someone you have to kill. So yeah, that is a nice mind fuck for everybody.
Yep.
I don't know why he didn't do John has to kill Quiet or Quiet has to kill John.
I didn't understand that either, because I
guess he just knows they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but it would have been good manipulation, mind games, and all that kind of stuff. Rather,
I guess
Quiet gets Mayhem, which that is a mind fuck. Absolutely.
Yeah, he'd already done the mind fuck thing because. Yeah, and maybe making it that Quiet has to kill someone she likes is different because he already knows she's so committed to her wish.
Right.
It wouldn't work if it was John. If John had to kill Mayhem or Quiet, he just wouldn't do it.
Probably wouldn't, because the wish would. Yeah, it would go.
He's just I'm not doing it. But yeah, that happens, and so yeah, this is where Axel gets killed. Pretty sure Vermin gets killed here too, right?
Vermin gets killed. Axel sacrifices himself,
and he
to Raven.
Yeah, because Raven brings out her toys in this one, where her car can conduct electricity. She doesn't do the shields yet, but you're noticing her car can do some things.
Yeah, it can charge up lasers and blast a laser blast. It's wild.
And that's where he ends up fused to the thing when
Correct.
He dies. When Axel dies, being fused, so I guess he ends in the state that you see him in the game.
Yeah.
Something I didn't know until you brought that up, but we already established well in the first episode, I do not know the lore, and I'm just happy that people like it and know the lore. It's not for me.
Yeah, but the lore also doesn't make sense, because how are you gonna justify that this is a guy that has his arms and legs attached to a car, but can, he's still got to poop.
I like that at one point they get him to realize he doesn't need the fuel, and I don't know if it's Mike or Dave was like, I don't know if it's a good idea that we just took away the one weakness this guy had.
It's during the zombie episode where it's like, oh yeah, we're having an intervention now. Because
he was
so funny.
Because he was freaking out, I don't have access to the gas, and they're just like, you don't need it. And
the gas is in you the whole time.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he sacrifices himself so that Mayhem doesn't die. And Mayhem's whole thing is just, I always liked that guy. It was just something about him. Which is probably why I didn't remember the idea that if he had actually said what happened, she would hate him. Because I just felt like, oh yeah, they just are connected. They get it. But that's because she doesn't know he killed her parents.
That's right.
Yeah, that's that round.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember. Something must happen in between that round and the final round.
Yep. they get to go back to the school that they're all
and this is where
stashed in.
Mayhem overhears them being like, "Oh, she can't be a part of this."
Yes.
That's rough stuff. I don't know, because
Mhm.
they're really nice to her and they take her back and they nurse her back to health, and then they also like
She's
having
a
sex and
liability.
being like, "Do people know how good sex is in a bed?" Would
Yeah,
be
because
better than-
that is the first time they've had
Yeah.
sex in a bed. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's awesome.
So yeah, they understand that she is a liability.
Mhm.
I don't know why I thought they were going to figure out a way out of this, but she makes the decision for them by just leaving.
Mhm.
And she sees, well, she doesn't know what she's seeing, but she sees Minion being created,
Mhm.
which is Dollface. I feel like
Yeah.
we should know her real name, but I'll look that up later.
Yeah.
So she sees that, which gets her in trouble. The
Mhm.
Calypso's like, "You saw something, you're sneaking around the walls," and he takes her captive. And she gets front row seats to the final showdown,
Mhm.
where I was just like, does he not think this is a problem? Is he also overconfident like the Nev Campbell Raven, where he's like, nothing bad can happen to me?
Mhm.
I didn't get that. I just felt like, hey man, she's gonna get you.
So
But
in all
she's really
fairness-
just listed as Dollface.
Yeah, she is listed
She
as
must
Dollface.
have a name, though.
I was just about to say, I'm like, IMDb has her listed as Dollface, so
Yeah, this
I
is
don't
a
think we
problem.
can feel so bad, and so does
I just feel like
Wikipedia.
Well, I guess I was convinced that I knew Quiet's real name too, but I didn't. So,
Yeah.
what do we? Don't base anything off of my memory.
In all fairness, I do believe we learn about her real name at some point when we get to the cabin, but at the same time, she never gets called by her real name.
Mm-hmm.
She only gets
in her
addressed as
book.
Dollface, so I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. So they have to do the final showdown. The final showdown happens. I don't know. Like I don't know if it matters to go through the beats of it.
It does
They
for me,
lose.
because I get to talk about Dragula by
Okay,
Rob
here we-
Zombie, the needle drop that I was waiting for all of first season.
You-
'Cause I was
you
thinking,
wanted
like-
to hear that.
Yeah, because I was like, what are they doing with the soundtrack? It's great, but clearly the best 90s anthem that is built for this show is Dragula. So they finally get it now, and I'm like, sick.
They
Awesome.
probably had a bigger budget this time.
They probably did. Because, yeah, they got DMX. They got so
They got
much
Rough
stuff.
Riders Anthem. I don't know why I thought it's maybe because I watched the original season Close to Cross, which ends with DMX as well.
Right.
But yeah, they got Rough Riders Anthem this time. There's just a bunch of great music,
There's a bunch of
including
great music.
Dragula.
Yes. And there's, oh god, what's that song that Quiet and Mayhem sing?
oh yeah, the
Vanessa Carlton.
Carlton.
Everywhere to me. It's hilarious. Yeah, like I said,
I like that
made
she
by
remembers that
millennials
later.
for millennials.
Yeah, because they get spooked up when they see Axel like kill some people, and they're just like, "Time to get out of here." They play the song again to just disassociate. Yeah, the main thing is Stu wins the tournament.
By technicality.
Yes, because they thought he was dead, but he wasn't. He was,
Yeah,
he
it's
was-
Mike that gets killed.
because of the injury that happened earlier. He's like not able to drive, and then they
No.
try to. That's
No.
what sets it off.
I guess so.
He's doing it, and he can't drive properly, so they try to. They're like, "Oh, I'll just do the pedals, you do the wheel," and that is what's throwing them off and puts them in a position where
Sure.
he dies.
Right. I was more thinking Quiet and John's connection to work as a team did it, because they did some sick moves in order to pull
Yes.
that off.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like they were at a deficit because like that was the point of showing the stabbing. Like that wasn't just a joke. Is what I was trying to get is they're paying things off that
Yes.
seem like jokes in the moment.
Mhm. Mhm.
He wasn't able to maneuver the way he would have been because of the injury
Right.
and because Stu in general sucks.
Yeah, Stu sucks.
I don't even know if the show wants me to think that. I just don't like Stu.
I mean, that's fair. I do like the monkey paw aspect of his
Yeah,
win.
so he just wanted to be somewhere safe with Mike.
Yeah, and far
and
away from all of this.
So he got sent out into space with a dead Mike.
Yep.
No information on how he got back, but that's whatever.
It is.
And
no,
yeah.
well, there is information. Like he did say something, but I'm like, I don't know how much I believe of this.
It happens like in a day, though.
Yeah,
like, it makes no sense.
Not really in a day, because.
Oh right, they were at
because
they were
they're
at
in
the
the
thing
cottage
for months.
like months.
They do montage, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they're at the cottage. They're having a great time. They're clicking like a family,
Mm-hmm.
and Minion comes for them.
Yeah.
And John
reanimated Dollface.
Yes, so that's what he figures out, and doesn't complicate things as much as I thought it would. They're just kind of like, that's not my sister, get her.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you are like, well, you're just going to have to take her down because she's not stopping.
Mm-hmm.
But it does feel like there's a bit of recognition for it because her eyes stop being clouded by the time they drive off. So I assume next season is her. That's why I was like, I'm okay with her doing it because it feels like they're bringing her back. Like she's still going to be Minion, but that she'll be like, oh, that's Wyatt and John.
Yeah, I'm very much with you. I'm very convinced that they're going to be able to bring Dollface back away from being Minion, the final boss.
Think she's going to be Minion, but be on their side at some point.
Oh, really? I think they're able to pull her back to being Dollface at some point.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, we will find out. Neither of us is right or wrong at this point in time.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying, we'll see.
I could very much see that being a driving force of next season, since the whole wish aspect of everything is done, and especially with where John leaves, because after the attack, they're like, John gets an idea. The whole damn Calypso. He's the one that's got to go.
They got to take him out.
Yeah, because he's right. He's just like, hey, no matter what we do, we're playing his game.
Yeah.
And
like they were out, and he still sent Minion after them.
Yeah.
Mostly because Calypso's like, nah, I need like a season 2 of this.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing that was interesting about the outside of the music, about the final showdown, is that everyone kind of gets this moment of feeling like they're being cheered on because there's the outsiders and the insiders all in one. And I think Mike's like, yeah, like they're cheering for us, until Stu's like, yeah, but like half of them hate us. And I was like, right, because it's like, it's literally split down the middle of insiders and outsiders.
Right.
And so it is interesting throughout the showdown to see how the different sides react to things. And specifically for Sweet Tooth being like, all right, like they're cheering for me until he's not doing well, and people like start taking their Sweet Tooth masks off. And I was like, this guy's never going to get what he wants.
Nope.
It looks like he's dead at one point, but we find out in a post-credit that his dad was impressed with his performance and is dragging him to his lair. So we're going to have Sweet Tooth in season 3 too.
Yay!
He's a funny character.
I like Sweet Tooth way more than Stu. So
yeah,
Stu just sucks. Like, I'm on your side. Stu sucks.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I really liked it when I thought he was just going to be in space. I know he saves them, or at least distracts Minion enough for it. But I was just like, I wish it was anyone else but him.
Yeah. It was because
I was like,
I agree with you, because now he's not only back, but he's on their side, so we have to see way more of him next season. Be a good guy, and that's gonna be annoying because I've already signed on to the fact that the team Stu sucks.
And it was funny when John saw Stu doing well during the battle, and he's like, yeah, well, that's Stu, that's my guy. And then Stu starts shooting at him. He's like, fuck that, no, he's not my guy.
He's not my guy. Screw that guy.
I guess there was funny stuff that happened during the final showdown, but yeah,
lots of funny stuff.
I'm not into Stu.
No, Stu sucks. I will say that final showdown is really, really cool because according to the video that I watched, the use of the boomerang rocket in the game is if you hit someone the normal way
Mhm.
that it hits, it's just like single damage. But if you hit someone coming back, it's triple damage.
Oh, nice.
So it's just like the way they used it to take out a legitimate car in a one shot kind of thing. I'm like, no, that's sick. That's really cool.
That's how they got Raven, right?
Yes.
Like she had her shields, and that's when
Yep.
Calypso was like, "Hey, fuck you.
Yep.
I don't want you to win," and he just got rid of her shield. I thought that's where Mayhem was gonna pounce, but she just kind of looked at him like,
yeah,
this guy.
She did not do that.
And then they used the boomerang thing on Raven.
I like that Calypso even says like, you can't enter cheat codes in this, and I'm just like, I hope the gamers are happy. That's direct line to you, because that dialogue makes no sense in any other context other than the fact that we are referencing a video game right now.
Yeah. I mean, I still liked it, but you're right. It doesn't make sense in universe.
Yeah. It's just like,
but also they play Twisted Metal in universe where I'm just like,
that
what?
is true. Because like they open off the season.
This has to be like this is so that people are happy. I can't imagine that they want to shine too much of a light on it. Yeah, because the more they do, the more they're going to be questioning the fact is like he calls
Calypso
it Twisted Metal.
Calypso wasn't happy enough with a very successful game franchise. He had to have the reality TV bit. So you're right about that. And even like while they're all the way back to episode 1 in season 2, they're training John with the Twisted Metal games.
Mm-hmm.
Like they actually have the games there, and I'm like, whoa, that was crazy fourth wall break.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
Nothing else to say. We end off with John, Quiet, Mayhem, and Stu forming a new team to try to take down Calypso for next season.
That's right. Do you want to rate it, or do you?
Yeah, let's rate this thing.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I really enjoyed how they built on last season.
Yeah, I'm giving this an 8.5. It's a really, really good show. But like I said, there's parts where you can really think about, and then there's other parts where you're like, no, don't think too much about that.
Yeah, it's just as I said last time, it's up there for me because it understands how silly it is, and it's able to still give you moments where you care and you're not laughing, but it is entertaining throughout. I'm never bored.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. It's well spread out too. Everything. Every episode is well paced. Yeah. And it's such an accomplishment. It really, really is. To turn a game with like, again, I have not played the game for our audience, so I don't care about the lore. But they're doing things that are actively trying to fit the lore in a way that makes sense in this universe, as opposed to being like, well, that's different from the game. I'm like, well, shut up. The game exists. Go play the game again. Like, if that's what you want. Read your stupid text lore.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. You can go to tdfeverything.com/spoiledrotten to get all of our episodes and find us on the various platforms. We are at TDF Spoiled on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Lemonade, YouTube. You can email us, spoiledpodcast@gmail.com, and of course, rate, review, subscribe, share with your friends on the podcast platform of your choice. We'll be back. Bye-bye.
Cheers!
This has been a TDF Everything production, brah.